Pastor Todd here. We are going to look at, over the next couple of devotions, several restrictions that keep us from the freedom God intends for us to have. The devotional for October 4th here, and today we're going to look at the first restrictive submission, which is to God's laws. Listen to verse 16 of Colossians 2. Therefore, do not let anyone judge you by what you eat or drink, or with regard to a religious festival, a new moon celebration, or a Sabbath day. There were certain foods and worship days that were required to be a faithful worshiper of the living God. But the text tells us here that the new believers in Jesus Christ were not bound to keep those religious worship days or to eat only those foods that were required according to the Old Covenant, but they were free from that in Jesus Christ. You see, in the Old Covenant, there was temple worship, and when they would come to offer their sacrifices, there were different levels. The outer level, or the last court furthest away from the Holy of Holies, was the court of the Gentiles. The Gentiles were those that were not part of God's sacred people, the Jews of Israel, and so therefore they were considered to be far away. But what Jesus did was He removed the barriers. He removed the restrictions of the law, and through Him we are fully free in Christ. Not restrictions, but invitations to experience the fullness of His grace. Listen to Ephesians 2:13 through 15. But now in Christ Jesus, you once were far away, now you have been brought near by the blood of Christ. For He Himself is our peace, who has made the two groups one and destroyed the barrier, the dividing wall of hostility, by setting aside in His flesh the law with its commands and regulations. His purpose was to create in Himself one new humanity out of the two, thus making peace. He wants to give us peace and thus remind us that in Christ there's no condemnation but freedom.